Hey friends. So, this week we're going to talk about the meditation technique of listening. It's a very powerful technique, and it's very simple. Like all these meditation techniques I'll be sharing, they're quite simple because they're designed to be simple, to quiet the mind. And listening. Listening is one of the five senses, and each of the five senses can be used as a meditation. So in this sense, when we talk about listening, there's two types of listening. There's the external listening, listening to the present moment. For example, right now, even though I have these headphones on, I can hear birds chirping, cars driving by, hear my own breath. And anytime you tune in and listen to the outside world, you're listening not only to what's happening, you're listening to the present moment, which means you're in the present moment, which is what so much of meditation is about, being in this moment. So it's a really powerful and yet simple technique, really just slowing down your mind by going into your sense. Come to your senses, as Eckhart said. Listen. I think my dog's about to bark. But yeah, and what you'll find, especially when you listen for the quieter noises, especially as you listen to quieter noises, the mind has to be quiet in order to hear the quieter noises. That's why Ram Dass says, the quieter you become, the more you can hear. Meaning the quieter we become on the inside, the more we can hear on the outside, in the present moment. You're not going to be able to hear the subtle sounds of your present moment if you're thinking, because your thinking is taking all of your attention. That's why sometimes, even when somebody's talking to you, you don't actually know what they're saying, or you don't actually hear what they're saying, because actually a lot of your attention isn't on them, it isn't on the present moment speaking through them, it's on whatever's happening in your head. So cultivating your ability to control your attention is so much of meditation. Otherwise the mind will just soak up all of it, take it all, and you lose your consciousness because of such. So listening to the present moment. Part of listening to the present moment, too, is not necessarily labeling everything you hear. So I hear a bird. For the sake of explaining to you, I have to label, but I hear birds, I hear the cars, right? I hear these different noises happening right now. The Zen barking. But there's a deeper level in the meditation when you hear and you allow the noises to be there without labeling them, without needing to put words to the sounds. They're just the sounds. Like right now, my voice is speaking, but it doesn't have to be a voice. It doesn't have to be right. It's just noise. It's just sound, and it's all as it's supposed to be. Now, if we resist a sound, for example, dog barking while making meditation video, we suffer because some part of us is saying, "No, that's not supposed to happen," and we experience suffering. So if you're meditating, for example, and then off in the distance there's a neighbor being really loud. Oh goodness, I got mud on me. Or, I don't know, some construction happening outside and it's like disturbing you. Well, notice the disturbance, listen to the disturbance. Because really, if you can allow, I guess I have to show you by example, allowing a disturbing noise to happen. Although I'm going to mute myself for a second. Alright, so it's no coincidence that he starts barking manically as I'm talking about annoyances or sounds that can annoy us. But yeah, so, just slowing down, listening to the present moment, and noticing any resistance to what you may be listening to, what you're hearing. And that's just sort of another level of listening. So we're listening to the outside world, and then the meditation gets even deeper as we listen to the inside world. What are we when we listen to our emotions, when we listen to our internal experience, which oftentimes can be resistance, some feeling of resistance inside of us, which is suffering, the root of suffering. So listening to the present moment, very powerful. You can close your eyes if it helps block out your visual sense so you can hear more, or you can also do the same by just with your eyes open, listening. And the last part of listening that goes a bit deeper is as you're listening to the sounds, and you're not necessarily labeling them, but you're just hearing them, notice how they come out of silence, just like my words. There's silence, and then the words are happening, and then it goes back into silence. And then more words, and then silence. And this is true for all sounds. No sound is permanent. It comes, and then it's born, and then it dies back into the silence. It's born from the silence and dies back in. So as you're doing this listening meditation, also notice and listen to the absence of sound, to the silence. And as you're doing this listening meditation, listen to how you're feeling throughout. Notice whatever you're feeling. And my air conditioning is saying, okay, Ryan, it's time. That's the end of this meditation. All right. Well, enjoy the practice. Keep listening. And I'll see you next time.